Venezuela has the largest oil reserves on the planet, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Iran, more than Russia. 300 billion barrels sitting under the ground of a country that can barely feed its own people. That's the story you need to understand. It started with Hugo Chavez in 1998. He used Venezuela's oil boom to slash extreme poverty by 15%. Free housing, subsidized food, the people loved him. But here is what also he did. He took PDVSA, Venezuela's state oil company, and handed to his military allies and political loyalists. Not to engineers, not to experts, but to politicians. And that decision destroyed everything. When global oil prices collapsed in 2014, Venezuela had no backup plan. The government printed money to survive. That triggered hyperinflation. That wiped out every salary and every saving. Nearly 8 million Venezuelans fled the country. Today, 7.9 million people, more than a quarter of population, need urgent humanitarian assistance. This is what economic mismanagement looks at scale. Then came Nicolas Maduro in July 2024. Venezuelans voted. Independent observers showed the opposition candidate Edmundo Gonzalez won by a landslide. But the government-controlled electoral council declared Maduro the winner. The world called it fraud. Maduro did not care. Now enters Donald Trump. He doubled the bounty on Maduro's head to $50 million, deployed warships to Venezuelan waters, labeled Venezuelan gangs as foreign terrorist organizations, and then on 3rd January 2026, US Delta Force and CIA operatives launched Operation Absolute Resolve. They struck Caracas. They captured Maduro and his wife and flew them to New York. A sitting president arrested by a foreign military. The UN called it a dangerous precedent. Venezuela's representative told the Security Council if the kidnapping of a head of state and bombing of a sovereign country are tolerated, the message to the world is clear. Law is optional and force is the true arbiter of international relations. France agreed. It said the operation chips away at the international order. But the US had a simple answer. Trump said revenue from Venezuela's oil would go to the Venezuelan people, US oil companies, and to the United States itself as reimbursement for damages. Think about that sentence for a moment. The world's largest oil reserve, the most powerful military on earth, and a president who says the country that was bombed owes him money. Here's what UPSC aspirants need to hold in their minds. Venezuela is not just a political crisis, it's a lesson in how oil dependency destroys nations, how authoritarian elections spark global confrontation, how international law breaks down when the most powerful country decides to act unilaterally. India abstained. India said nothing loudly, because that's what strategic autonomy looks like